Welcome back to Rectory Rovers Sunday League football, and today we got a special one as Rectory take on the best team in Essex, Palmer's FC. Not only that, we are playing at Southend United's ground, Roots Hall, in a closed season friendly. Big game for the boys. A lot of them are grown up watching Palmer's, and we use one of their videos to actually help us start their club. So it's a big occasion for Rectory as we take on officially the best team in Essex. To get into today's lineup, we have Will Byrne in goal, back four of Chris Law, Bobby Arthur, Michael Adams and Zach Wheatley. Midfield three today of Charlie Edwards, Jack Webb and Alex Murphy, and a front three of Eben, Dave and Titch. Obviously, as it is a friendly, we can name as many substitutes as we like, and we have exercised that today. On the bench for today, we've got Alfie Dancy, Shay Fault, Perry Holloway, Jimmy Lyon, Adem Beji, Jack Shorter, Jake Fox and Jack Fowl. Let's get into the game, and as always, up the Rectory. So let's get into today's game then, as Palmer's get us underway. It's a big game for the boys today. We did eventually go on to win the league, but this is going to be a good test for us, seeing as we are taking a step up from Division 2 to the Prem next year. So it'll be good to see how the boys face. It can't really get much tougher than this, so it'll be a good understanding of the level that we need to be at going into next season. But joining me on today's commentary, I've got the African Sunset as usual. It's Dan Walker. Dan, how are you today, mate?
I'm very well, mate. Great to be here just as Palmer's get a header in on goal. Bit of a nervy start from the boys, but see how we get on.
And it's a corner taken by Titch. It's whipped in well, it's defended well, and it falls out to Eben here. As Eben gets his head up and plays it back to Titch. Titch with a little drag, cuts inside. It must be said, Palmer's were very good defensively, and I do think we underestimated that, to be honest. And Palmer's start a quick counter-attack now. We know how threatening this man could be as he's running in on the ball. Bobby trying to hold him up, and he plays the overlapping striker. Ends up falling back to the winger again. Tries the tricks. Cuts inside, gets the cross away. It's a poor cross, and that's not going to be troubling Will Byrne this time. But he is kept in, and he gets his head up and whips another ball into the box, trying to aim for that big man up front. But that's headed well by Alex, and Rectory looks to mount the counter-attack here as Dave sprints to keep the ball on, but it just goes out this time. So if you have come across from Palmer's FC, obviously we know they've got a massive following. Just to give you a little introduction about the club. It was formed in 2017, had a rough first year, but we got a lot of new players this year. Did go on to win the league. We're based in Southend, so if any of you local teams want a friendly, hit us up, we'd be more than welcome to. We are expanding to 3 teams next year with a reserve team and a vets team. So if you have come from Palmer's, a subscribe or a like will be much appreciated. Obviously they started the big YouTube scene off, and if we get half the success they do, then we'll be happy. As Byrne comes out of the box there and gives away a free kick, which is to be taken by their tricky winger. And they are very good aerially, and to be honest, Rectory ain't the tallest, but they do whip the ball in. Byrne gets a hand to it, not enough to get rid, but Alex eventually kicks it upfield and gives the ball to Dave, and Dave finds the overlapping Titch, and Titch is quick, and to give credit to that defender, he must be quick as well to be keeping up with Titch. Very scrappy in the early stages here. No team really stringing many passes together. It's a big tackle by Charlie Edwards there in a holding role today. Bit deeper than he usually play, but Palmer's come again as no one picks it up top. But Eben does get that, and then Zach gets in front of the defender, and now he's on his way. And Zach can be quick. He's running at the defence, stops, and then cuts inside to Eben, who gets his head up. He's looking for support. He's not getting much at the minute, but he does find the support in Titch. And now Titch plays in Dave, and Dave looks for Titch on the 1-2, but it's cut out well by the Palmer's defence. And they look to come again now, as they're carrying the ball from deep. And it's a lovely ball forward for that striker, their main threat probably. But it's cut out well by Mikey Adams, the Bear. The score remains 0-0. Big kick now by Will Byrne. That's sent long up the field, but only as far as that Palmer's defender. And now Zach comes again. Zach had a very good game, it must be said, and he plays in Eben, trying to create something, holding the ball up, step over, cuts back inside, looks for support, and that's cut out. It's a weak pass, and there we go, Palmer's come again now. But Zach gets in front of his man and shields the ball off. Palmer's throw in here, deep in their own half. Dan, how do you think the boys have started?
Yeah, I think the start hasn't been bad so far. It's been a lot of nearly moments, been a bit scrappy from ourselves, but we are against a very good team and a very good defence in particular.
I do agree with that. I do think we started very nervy, to be fair. We're used to dominating teams, and to come up against these, I do think the boys were a bit nervous to make a mistake, and that is a delightful ball forward to the big striker, who looks to cut inside, sends him onto his stronger foot and gets a shot away. Connects well with it, but it's a little bit too powerful and does go over the bar on this occasion. Back with the Palmer's goalkeeper now, taking a quick goal kick, and the midfielder dropping deep to pick that up. But Alex Murphy's trying to challenge him. Gets a touch on the ball, but not enough to take it away. And now he's hit to their left winger. And Titch has cut this out now. Can Rectory create? Chrissy Law relaying the ball to Alex Murphy. Alex gets his head up, puts the ball back to Charlie, and now Charlie's trying to drive forward, but Charlie's put a bit too much on that for Alex, and he can't get it under, but still Palmer's failed to clear. But they look to play out now to that winger who's come deep. But he's been dispossessed and still they can't get rid of the ball. Rectory looking to mount another attack. It's a little bit late by Eben. The ref does allow him to play on. And Rectory come again. Mike gets his head up and sees a run forward. Plays delightful ball into Dave. Can he connect with it? Unfortunately, the connection's weak and it's straight to the goalkeeper. And now it's Palmer's turn to come forward. The ref feeling like he wanted to get a touch in there and he's getting involved. Does benefit Rectory though now as David Watson is running through on goal. Sees the overlap by Ebb and tries to give it to Ebb. Ebb trying to take the defender on, and it's another last ditch tackle by the defender who had been superb throughout, and now Palmer's trying to break forward. But Rectory have got the ball at the back. Palmer's are calling for that press. Bobby spreads it across the pitch to Mike. Now Michael Adams looking for the same ball, but that one's not hit as well, and that's straight into the keeper's hands. 20 minutes in here and Rectory are holding their own. Palmer's looked to break us down. The midfield three are working very well. They played a diagonal ball up to their key striker and he's Cruyff turned Mike, and now Mike's in trouble. He's not really going anywhere though, but Mike, it's naive defending. He's put his arms into the back of him. At first I thought it was soft, but if you do that to a good experienced player in the box, they have every right to go down. And now Palmer's have the chance to take the lead here at Roots Hall. Will Byrne in goal, and he's facing their penalty taker. Can Will be a hero here? As their striker steps up, takes the penalty, slotted it home coolly, and it's 1-0 Palmer's. Now, it must be said, I do think Rectory's head's dropped a little bit here. I felt they all felt a little bit aggrieved, and now they've got to bounce back. Bobby being a little bit deeper than the rest of the defence there, as Will Byrne collects this time. Bobby again now, spraying the ball out. But it's under hit and the Palmer's intercept, and they could be in again here. So they get the ball out wide, cut back. What a lovely cross into the box that is. A little bit too much on it though for the striker, but he cuts it back to the winger. And now the centre midfielder has a go. It's blocked well by Mike. Bobby clears this time, however. This is an immediate aftermath of that penalty. And Rectory look to mount an attack now and get back into the game. Titch sets it for Dave. Dave gives it back to Titch. He's got 3 men on him there, and it's an unbelievable tackle by their holding midfielder, and it does go in for a throw for Titch. He's got a big throw, but this time he goes short to Alex. Leaves the Palmer's player on his arse, and now Palmer's lets him mount a counter-attack. So they step forward. It's lovely football. It must be said, Palmer's videos don't do them justice for how good of a footballing team they are. And the winger gets his head up and plays another floated ball up forward to their striker, but that one's intercepted by Mike. Now their winger's unopposed though. Rectory look a bit shell-shocked after the first goal going in. They've got to get out of this and respond back. They can't give a good scene like this as much time on the ball. Can't let them pick a pass and not track the runners as they go out wide. Look to cut back inside, but nothing comes of it this time. Their winger again, look how deep he is in the centre back position. Playing a lovely ball forward again, and their winger could be away here. Burns off his line, cuts it back. It's not a great header by Bobby, and that's intercepted by Charlie, and it falls to the striker. And if you give him chances like that in them positions, he is going to bury it. It's Palmer's 2, Rectory Rovers 0. And the boys have got to settle down here. They was doing well until the first penalty went in. They've really got to calm down and play through this, because they was making a good account of themselves and not let this get embarrassing. Chrissy Law with the ball here as he plays it into Charlie. He should probably get it back on a 1-2 to be fair, but it does fall to Chris anyway. And at the time of recording, I was a little bit worried because we do have a cup final coming up and it was supposed to be played 3 days after this game. However, it has been postponed until September due to the other semi-final being abandoned. and we will take on Sierra Nevada on the 8th of September. So the boys have got a chance to add the cup to the league that we have already won. So it could be a very successful season and a double, but it's still a nice way to start next season off. And it must be said, it's only when you play on these professional pitches that you realise actually how big the professional grounds are and how big the pitches are and how fit that the players have got to be to cover the ground on these surfaces. They're a lot bigger than what we play on a week in, week out basis. But Titch and Eben trying to create something again as a player 1-2 and get the ball into the box, but it's collected well by the Palmers goalkeeper. However, the Palmers goalkeeper does make an awful mistake by kicking it at the defender, and it falls to Charlie, who tries that Cantona chip and it doesn't come off. But here we have a free kick for Rectory as Zach sends the ball forward. Falls to Dave. Can he create something? It's tackled well by the Palmers defender. Dave trying to hold the ball up there. Dave flying in with a tackle, trying to win the ball back. And Palmers have got a chance to play out. So composed at the back. They send it forward, but it's won well by Zach. Now Webb trying to get involved. Wins the ball, and Webb's carrying it forward. We call him the White Cantona. It's whipped him, but they defend again. And if you are new round here, I'm pleased to say we will have weekly uploads of 3 games a week in one video next season. And for the first time on YouTube, I believe, we will be filming Vets football on a weekly basis. So that could be very interesting. It's going to be a match of the day style format of all highlights from all 3 teams, week in, week out. So like I said, click subscribe. It'll only take you a second. It'll be much appreciated.
So here we've got Zach on the ball, flourishing at left back in his new position. Does well to get it past the Palmers defender. Comes bombing down the line, looks up, passes it to Eben. Eben just gets dispossessed, but Zach recycles the ball. Carries on, not sure what to do with it. Managed to get the cross in. Cleared away again by a very resolute Palmers defence.
And it does have to be said, since we have put Zach at left back, he's given us another dynamic in breaking out, going forward. He's got blistering pace. He can also score a goal as well. He's done very well since going there. As Dave's through on goal here. It's a good connection, but it's just wide of the post, and it's a good chance of Rectory. Palmers look to come forward again now and make it 3-0. They got the ball out wide. They do that well, to be fair. Get the ball out wide and whip the ball into the box. Causes a nightmare for defenders. It's a good tackle by them. Poorly cleared by Chris. Forcing the midfielder on the edge of the box. Very scrappy, but gets his shot away, and it goes into the back of the net. As Palmers 3, Rectory Rovers 0. And when you're playing teams of this quality and this calibre, you cannot gift them goals. To be fair, I think all 3 goals we have gifted them. They haven't really had to work too hard for it, and that's the frustrating thing, because on another day it could be very different. Like I said, I don't know if it's a combination of nerves or it's just not been their day, but it's very unlucky, and it's not what we've seen from the boys this year. As Alfie Dancy has now come onto the pitch, looks to make an instant impact, laying it off to Eben, who gives it to Alex. To be fair, the boys have got their heads up, they're playing well. They're not letting it get to them, they're playing through it. They know this can get no harder. This is as hard as it will get for us, as that is not going to test the Palmers goalkeeper, and the score remains 3-0. Approaching half time now, and that's given away by Palmers rarely, and now it's 3-on-3. Dancy gives it to Eben. Eben gets a shot away from a long way out. It is on target. On another day it could fly in, but I don't think it was the right choice on that occasion. And Byrne rolls the ball out to Eben now, who's rolled the defender again. Eben had a very good game, to be fair, and he's given it to Dancy, who's dropped deep. Now what can Dancy do? He's getting his head up, he's looking for support, plays it in, it's just a little bit overhit, and that rolls through to the Palmers goalkeeper. And that's probably been the story of the first half. When we got into the final third, it's either been the final pass or the final shot that's just not been there, and it's probably the difference of the 2 teams of how clinical they've been, and we've had a number of chances and not taken them, which is frustrating. But Alex Murphy getting his head on that ball now, as Rectory come again now. As half time is close approaching, Eben whips it in, and yet again it's unchallenged, and the Palmers goalkeeper sweep it up ever so well. And there we have it, as the referee puts his whistle to his lips, and that is half time. It's Palmers FC 3, Rectory Rovers 0. Don't think the boys have played too badly. It's just silly mistakes at the back have cost us, and they've been clinical. But as always, at half time, our sponsors this year, MDM Entertainment and Events, is their branding video. Links in the description. Probably award-winning DJs, best in Essex. If you want any party, wedding or anything like that, go check them out below. Links in the description. Thank you. And Alfie Dancy gets us underway for the second half as Rectory look to make their way back into this game. Charlie Edwards gets the ball and plays it out wide to Titch, who drops it back to Jake Fox, who's now on the field. Cuts the ball inside. It's won well by Alex, who's had to battle off the challenge there from the midfield. And Rectory going into next season, like I said, if you are new around here, just to explain a little bit about the club. We do have big ambition. We are trying to make this a proper football team, not just a Sunday League team that will last for a couple of years and then fade away. We want to make a proper football club, change the community properly, and with the progression and the 3 teams next season, I think that shows. Showing we can play a bit of football here as Charlie plays it up the field, and the liner gives it offside for Titch, but I do feel like he should have let it carry on a little bit because Eben was coming in there. But anyway, now we have a Palmer's attack this time, but it goes as far as Eben, who plays a lovely drilled pass across the pitch towards Titch, who does well to manage to get hold of that, and he's got a chance, a bit of space here. Probably the wrong option there as he takes the shot, and that is not going to challenge the Palmer's goalkeeper.
So just following on from what Cal said there, we are a relatively new club, only established in 2017, but the ambition is very high. Obviously 3 teams next year, and we've got a 5-year plan of where we want to be and what we want this club to achieve. So here we have Charlie Edwards on the ball. Looks to put a good ball over the top, but Evans offside again.
I think Dan may have done Eben a little bit dirty there because I don't think he was offside. I think that is awful officiating, to be honest. But here we have Titch finding Dancy on the overlap, and Dancy's looked bright since he's come on. And the lino gives Rectory a foul, and it is a free kick. And Dancy plays it short to Titch. Titch gets his head up, plays a long ball into the box. It falls to Zachy Wheatley, who's bombed forward from left back, musting off the strong challenge from the Palmer's defender. And Zach does come out on top with the ball as he looks to play it to Eben again. It must be said, Rectory have started better in this second half. It's much better football from the boys, and we've definitely started the brighter. Here we have skipper Bobby playing it into Charlie. Evades the first challenge, gives it back to Bobby. Palmer's with all the men behind the ball, defend well as a unit, cutting all the channels out. Zach has to go again back to Bobby, but Bobby finds Jake now, who's overlapping from right back. Gets the ball and gives it to Alex Murphy again. And that one's just beyond Jack Webb, but Jack Webb does well to keep possession. And it's another ball forward as Rectory trying and struggling to find space. But we are holding the ball well. It's patient build up. It's a good flick in by Alfie Dancy to Alex Murphy, who gets the shot away and he's fouled. There's a free kick for Rectory, which Charlie Edwards steps up to take. It's a good shot on target, but it's held well by the keeper. If he did parry it, we had Dancy running in there from the rebound. And now we have another free kick. Not going to be Charlie this time. It's going to be Eben. Strikes the ball well. It's just a little bit too much on it. And that one does go over the bar. Here we have Perry Holloway, who's also on the pitch now, giving the ball to Charlie Edwards, who started this half very strongly. Finds Zachy Wheatley. Gives it to Alex, and Zach cuts in, gets the cross in, looks handball, and the ref with no doubt points to the spot. He had his arm high, and if you raise it high, you give the ref the opportunity to give them, and he is give it. I think he's got both of them right on reflection now watching them. And here we have Alex Murphy stepping up to take the penalty. Got the chance to score at Southend. Rootsall, no doubt about it, no mistakes, and tucks the ball away. Celebrates by pointing to the nipple. I was a bit confused at the first time I see this, but he did have a bet with a mate. If he scores, he's going to get his nipple out, and he delivered on that. And it is Rectory Rovers 1, Palmer's FC 3. The boys are back into the game. I feel the goal was very, very well deserved as we started the second half. They're much better. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, it was good to see the response from the second half. Playing a lot better now. Let's hope we can carry on and get the equalisers.
It would have been very easy for a team to drop their heads here and let a team like Palmer's get the better of you, but Rectory started well and not going to give this up lightly. As Palmer's play a long ball forward, Perry Holloway trying to see it out, and he does ever so well there. Free kick here from Mike the Bear. He's lining it up. Takes a long one forward up the pitch. Finds Eben, who gets a push in the back there. Another push in the back, but he does well to gain possession. For a small man, he's quite strong. But Pell plays it into Eben, and now Dancy's here. He's done well to cut inside, but the shot hits the top stand. Could have been better if on target. Would have definitely troubled the keeper. And here we have Shows in goal for the second half. About to take a goal kick, which we play short. Out to Perry, who gets his head up and tries to play it forward to Jack Webb, but it's a little bit too much on it for Webby. And he doesn't manage to get hold of it, but Alex is battling very well in the midfield. What a battle it was between them two in there. And Webb comes away with the ball, runs into the dugout with that one as well. And here we have Perry taking a free kick, whips it in well, but airily they had the advantage. And here we have Jack Shorter, who's come off the bench now, and Adem Beji also. Number of changes being made in this second half to give everyone a chance to play at this ground. And here we have Alfie Dancy. It's a bit scrap in it eventually. It's picked up by the goalkeeper. I do feel like we got into the game very much so in this second half, but the number of changes may have killed us at this late stage, to be fair. It stopped the momentum, but obviously at an occasion like this you've got to get everyone on, and that is sloppy by Bobby, and now Palmer's could look to make it 4. Struggling to recover his 2-on-2. They switch it across, but it's hit behind the winger, thankfully for Rectory. But rather than away, it's knocked back out to the Palmers midfielder, and Perry probably fouled him, but he got up and referee plays advantage. Looking for support. Jack Shorter with a big tackle there, and Rectory regained possession. And Eben so deep now, running from the ball, carrying it from his own half into the Palmers half. Gives it to Adem. Adem looks to give it back. Probably the wrong option there. It's overhit for Eben, and he can't get that one under. And Palmer's looked to play out, but it's intercepted by Adem, and now Eben's got it on the edge, looking for the run. There's not a lot of movement off the ball, but he does find Jack Shorter. Unfortunately for Shorter, hit just beyond him. And now Palmer's carry it out again. But there we have Perry Holloway intercepting an unhit pass, and he's fouled off the ball. It's complete obstruction. The referee doesn't give it, and it goes for a throw. Score remains 3-1 here. I do think Rectory had the better of the second half, as I've said. But Rectory have made the changes now. There's a number of new faces on the pitch. It's a poor header from Bobby, looking a little bit fatigued, and they've knocked that back to the tricky winger. Gets his shot away. That one's not going to trouble Shea, just wide of the post. Score remains 3-1. Palmer's come again now. The number of changes are definitely growing into the game, but Alex Murphy blocks him off, and now Charlie looks to mount an attack. We're pushing on, trying to get that second goal. Falls to Adem, gets his shot away, keeper's unsure, and it does just flash wide of the post. On another day, if we'd have taken some of these chances, it could have been a very different result. But the way this is going, it looks like Palmer's going to hold out and get the victory here at Roots Hall at Southend as they come forward once again. I do believe this is their goalkeeper up front now, trying to press Perry, but Perry plays the ball out from the back. Not got a lot on though, so he's forced to go back and gives it to Alex. And Alex finds Charlie again. These two have had a quality second half, it must be said. Tries to slot it through to Evan, but it's intercepted. And Charlie, again now, how many times have we said that name in the second half? But it's broke to their winger. It's a good tackle by Bobby, and it falls to Alex again. Very scrappy now. And Palmer's pick it up this time. No one really keeping hold of the ball. Their tired legs are showing. Last 10 minutes here, as Palmer's got it out wide, and they slot that inside this time. Mike and Jackie Val now on the pitch trying to hold him up. It does fall through to Bobby. It's a poor clearance, and it falls to Lewis. And like I said, if you give these players these sorts of chances, they will punish you, and that is what happened. It's Rectory Rovers 1, Palmer's 4. Less than 10 minutes on the clock here, and it is a case of what could have been. It just shows how clinical they are, how defensively solid they are, and they are the best team in Essex for a reason. I do think we have troubled them at stages though, as Adem Beji picks up the ball. He's looking for support. We've not got a lot of support off the field. A number of reserve players are on the pitch now. They'll be playing in the Rectory second team next season. And Shea takes that quickly, maybe rushed, but Eben again, absolute threat this half. Looking to slot in Jimmy Lyon, who's playing a left wing position, but it does, nothing comes of it, and Palmer's looked to break as they knock the ball out wide. He manages to keep it on. He's knocking all the skills out now as he nutmegs Jim. Goes past Jimmy again, giving him the run around. Slots back inside. Looks to get a shot away. Instead sets up the midfielder. Looks to cut in on that left foot. He's already scored. Can he get another one? Gets the shot away, and that one over the bar, and it's the colour fast North Stand. And here we have another corner for Palmer's as they whip the ball in. We know they're a threat from these, and it does find a Palmer's head, but that's it against the side netting this time, and the score remains 4-1 as they look to come forward again. It's a miss-hit pass, but look at the work rate just to keep this on. Got to be said, it's fair play to them. They knock it back and looks to start again now. They're good at resetting the play and then getting runners off the ball. It's hit long, knocked on. It's always a tricky winger. Jimmy Lyon. God, Jim, what can you do? He's trying to find another nutmeg, getting the skills out, but Jimmy Lyon does him. He gets the tackling, but the Palmer's boys are having fun now. They look to make it 5. They go back out to Lewis, and what can only happen here is an absolute violation. He's rainbow flick Jack Webb, cuts it across and makes it 5. And Jack Webb will never hear the end of that. And for his sake, I hope that don't go viral. What a good player for that to happen to. It just shows the quality of their lad. Jackie Webb, mate, what can we say, Dan?
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. You don't like to see it, but I don't think Jackie Webb's going to end that for the rest of the year.
Absolutely unbelievable to them, to be fair. As they put the ball in again, but they're offside this time. And they're still not stopping. But Jack Val, like I said, we've rained the changes in this half. I feel if we'd have kept the strongest 11 out, it could have been a very different story as Dancy looks to try and get this down. But it's a good tackle, and Rectory goes out for a corner. Will there be time to take it, as we know we're fast approaching the end of this game? But he does take it short, and it's whipped in. Anything come of it, there's no one attacking the ball there. The boys have got to be better from that and wake up. Everyone flat-footed, got to be on their toes. As Jack Webb looks to make a consolation goal late on in this game. So we press, it goes to the goalkeeper, he kicks it up the field. The referee blows the full-time whistle. It was Rectory Rovers 1, Palmer's FC 5. On another day I could have felt like it could have been very different. Dan, what do you think of the game?
Great game all in all, but I think the quality shone through in the end. We missed a lot of chances, but unfortunately we just couldn't get the result in.
We did miss a lot of chances, but it must be said, they are the best team in Essex for a reason. I don't think the videos do them justice of actually how good they are as a footballing team, and they deserve all the success they get. Like I said, we've formed off the back of their videos, their inspiration to us. It was a lovely event to have them down and accept the friendly of playing us. And hopefully one time in the future we will play each other again soon. Like I said, if you have come across in their channel, it would be nice if you could drop a subscribe and a like on our video. We are new, we're still learning on the pitch and off it in terms of video production. We're nowhere near where we want to be yet, but this is just the start of the journey for us. As always, thank you to our sponsors. They are on the screen now. The links are in the description. Go check them out. It wouldn't be possible without them, the work they've done for us this season. Also, shout out to Georgina Townsend on video production. You'll also be able to find her link in the description below. Must shout out How To Productions and Struan, who filmed this at extremely late notice after us being let down. So big thanks to them as well. Finally, we are not just on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, the lot. Like I said, everything will be appreciated. Keep up to date with the journey. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as for next time, up the Rectory.